Hey, internets. This is Reclaimer with 2XP Gaming. So we're going to be doing our third Noobs video today, and today we're talking about consoles. So we talked about PC last time. We talked before that about just getting into gaming in general. Now we're going to be looking at the next-gen consoles, explicitly the PS4 and the Xbox One. We have both behind me here for your viewing pleasure, and we're just going to go through and show you some different things and some great things that you can do with your consoles and how it differs with PC gaming. So let's watch together. Here we go. Oh, hi.
Go.
Reclaimer again with 2XP Gaming. I didn't see you there, I'm sorry. So we talked earlier about, we're going to be talking about like PC and console, and really we're going to be focusing today on consoles. So we're going to actually send it over to Captain Jock to talk about the PS4, and I'm going to be talking about the Xbox One. But before we begin, I just wanted to thank all of our subscribers and thank our followers on Twitter and the people that like us on Facebook and check out our website. I wrote a blog about this earlier on our website, and I just really wanted to thank everybody so far that subscribed and has followed us and participates with us on Twitter and through YouTube. We know that the gaming market out there on YouTube is very saturated right now, and we do appreciate that you come to us to look for different things and different reviews and just to talk about really stupid stuff. So the more we get from you in terms of participation, the more suggestions, the more likes and favorites and retweets and things along those lines, the more we get from you and the more we find out what you want to see, the more we can tailor our videos to what you want. So before we get started today, I just wanted to also note that we apologize for the video. Because of the PS4's current firmware, we're not able to record directly to our Elgato device because HDCP is enabled, so we're actually going to be recording just from our camera that we're using right now. It's not going to look the greatest, but we didn't want to delay in getting this content out to you. So that's why we changed that around. So today, because we're going to be talking about console gaming, we have another contest that we're going to be doing, and it's going to be for a 1-month free trial of Xbox Live Gold. So we will send this to the Twitter user or YouTube subscriber that comments on our video or tweets us directly on Twitter and tells us what is their favorite multiplayer game to watch on YouTube. What do you like to watch on YouTube or Twitch, for that matter? When you go and you want to say, I want to see this, what's your favorite game to watch? Is it COD? Is it Battlefield, Titanfall, League of Legends, things like that? We want to know what you like, and then we'll maybe tailor some videos that way. So it's very simple. You just comment, or you tweet us directly. Tell us what game you like to watch your multiplayer with. We'll go ahead and maybe tailor our videos a little bit around that. And you have a chance to win a 1-month free subscription to Xbox Live Gold. And we will send this to you free of charge. So, without further ado, we're going to throw it over to Captain Jock. We're going to get this started.
Hey, this is Captain Jock here with 2XP. I just want to give you a few hardware specs on the PS4, maybe compare it with the Xbox One and PC possibly. So the CPU in the PS4 is a 8-core processor. The base clock is 1.6 gigahertz. It's a pretty nice processor. I'll just cut that out. The GPU is modeled after the AMD Radeon graphics engine. If you had to compare it to something, I guess I would compare it to the HD Radeon 7870, the 1 gigabyte version, not the 2 gigabyte version. The memory is it has 8 gigabytes of 55. Its frequency is 5500 megahertz, which is quite a lot more than the Xbox One and most PCs. Because it is GDDR5, which not a lot of people are using right now because it's kind of expensive and pretty pointless. But it's still nice to have. The storage has 500 gigabyte hard drive. What's nice is you can remove it and replace it with a 1 terabyte or a solid state. This is a nice feature. It won't void your warranty if you want to open it up and look inside. It has a Blu-ray player, typical stuff like that. I guess the home page, the dashboard, it's set up really clean. You can find your games and anything you really want just on this bar. When it gets a little messy is when you go into the what's new. It's kind of a little too Facebooky for my liking. it just kind of puts every single thing that has happened on your PlayStation 4 in the past couple months, and it's really cluttered. Another annoying feature is that to find the right settings you need, there's really no way to do it other than just clicking on everything and trying to find it to the best of your ability. Like, I had no idea how to operate PSN, and I just kind of had to teach myself. It wasn't very easy. It didn't come to me very easy, I guess maybe because I used Xbox for a very long time before this. Alright, so this is the PS4 up close. As you can see, it's a lot sleeker than the Xbox One, a little smaller also. It has this nice LED light on the top of it. It starts up blue and then goes white when you're either dashboard or in-game. Has a pretty normal I/O on the back. Here's the Dualshock 4 controller. It has a nice light on the back. It feels really ergonomic. Feels really good. I'm clicking things. Has a nice touchpad on it that it's not really utilized yet, but I'm sure they'll figure out something to do with it of use.
Is it rechargeable?
It is rechargeable. It has a micro USB that plugs right into the front of the console. It only has 2 USB ports in the front of the console. I kind of wish it had a little more than that. And unfortunately, you still cannot plug in an external hard drive to it. I guess compared to a PC, it's a little bit easier to handle, a little bit easier to just go out and buy rather than having to build or have someone build you a gaming computer. And it might be a lot more cheaper. The PS4 retails around $400, and I know that may fluctuate a lot. That may change a lot because of the demand right now. A lot of people are looking for them. So on eBay, you're going to find ones for about $2,000. But in some GameStops, you can find them for $400, or even I got this one for cheaper on eBay. So that's the PS4 up close.
Alright, so again, Reclaimer here. We have the Xbox One on the right and the PS4 on the left. We'll actually show you some comparisons in a little bit. But just a little bit about the Xbox One. I'm just going to go through some quick hardware specs for you so you can understand what you're getting if you decide to go with console gaming. So the Xbox One technically retails for $500. You can get it a little cheaper. I bought the Titanfall bundle where I got it for $450 and it came with Titanfall. So you're basically saving $100. It does have a Blu-ray DVD optical drive. It does have in-game DVR. It has 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM at a speed of 2133 megahertz. It has a 8-core AMD custom CPU running at 1.75 gigahertz times 8 cores. The GPU has a clock speed of 853 megahertz with 768 shader cores and a peak throughput of 1.23 teraflops. The storage is a 500 gigabyte non-replaceable hard drive, which is kind of a pain. But it's a 500 gigabyte non-replaceable hard drive. Apparently, external hard drive support may be coming in the future. It does support Smart Glass app on Android, iOS, Windows Phone, and Windows 8 for that second screen experience. It does support SkyDrive cloud storage. It does do mandatory game installs, so regardless of whether you download it or you buy it with a disc, it is going to install it. It does cross-game chat with Skype and Party Chat. There is no backwards compatibility, but Microsoft is exploring possibilities, so we hear. It does use the Kinect 2, which I do not currently have set up. It does use motion control through the Kinect and voice commands through the Kinect. If you want to play online, you do need Xbox Live. It has USB 3.0 ports, live streaming with Twitch TV, and it has gigabit Ethernet and Wi-Fi with A, B, G, and N dual band. It does use HDMI input and output with 4K support, and there may be possible mouse and keyboard support in the future. So that's some of the hardware specs that I figured you may want to know about. But now we're just going to kind of give you an idea of what I think about the Xbox One. So Xbox One is pretty bulky. It's definitely something that is bigger than the PS4. It's much bigger than the Xbox 360, at least the current Xbox 360s. It runs fairly fast. The graphics for Titanfall and Dead Space 3 are really good. It gives you just a lot of different options out there. As a next-gen console, apparently Microsoft is winning, I guess, the game war. They have more games available, but in terms of actual sales, PS4 is winning that battle by quite a high margin, so Microsoft might need to look into a couple different options to get their sales up. One of the reasons that you may want to get an Xbox One as opposed to a PC is going to be the fact that you can just buy this, plug it into your television, and go. You have your games, you can sit in front of your couch with your friends, play your favorite games, and just have some fun. Like I have Titanfall right here that I'm just loading up to show you an idea of what it looks like. Other things that are nice about it is the cost. I mean, again, it is expensive as compared to the PS4. However, you know, if you're going to build a gaming PC, a pretty reputable one, you're going to be spending at least $800. So it does save you a little money to go with the console. You also have a pretty robust online gaming community with Xbox Live. So you have a lot of folks that use that already via, you know, Xbox 360 or Xbox One. And, you know, not to say that the PC doesn't have a robust gaming community. They actually have quite a large gaming community. But with PCs, it might be a little more difficult to get into the community versus Xbox, where you just have Xbox Live. You go ahead and you start up and you're good to go. So that's a little bit about just Xbox One in general. I'm going to go ahead and show you some up-close shots of the Xbox One so you get an idea what it looks like as opposed to a PC. Alright, so we have the Xbox One here, up close and personal. Giving you an idea what the size of it is. It is definitely, like I said earlier, it is larger than the Xbox 360. It's larger than the PS4. If you get an idea, this is my hand, and I have pretty big hands, so it's about 2 Reclaimer's hands worth. And it's definitely, you know, a pretty bulky in size. It has an external power brick. So it's kind of weird that this thing is so large and it still has an external power brick versus the PS4, which has an internal power brick. We have, you know, your I/O here on the back of it. You have a nice capacitive button with a white LED. You have a slot-loading Blu-ray drive. Not much to say about that. And then we have the Xbox One controller, which has not been modified too much in terms of look, other than this top here, and they've gotten rid of the start and the back buttons. But it feels, in my opinion, feels much better than the Xbox 360 controller, which is a controller that was really tough to improve. These stick buttons here, the analog sticks, they feel much better in your hands. They have a nice tactile feel to it, even though they're smaller than the 360s. We have the rumble triggers here, which some games support, like Dead Rising 3 supports the rumble triggers, but other than that, that's really what we got up close and personal with it. So why would you buy an Xbox One as opposed to a PC? Again, you're getting something right out of the box you can plug in, you set it up, you're good to go. You're going to have decent, actually really nice hardware to work with, at least for the coming months and maybe coming years. You don't have that flexibility, though, like you do with the PC to upgrade. All right, so we talked briefly about you know, Xbox One specifics, PS4 specifics. The purpose of this video was not to pit the two against each other, but our next video, we will be pitting the Xbox One and the PS4 versus each other. We're going to show you gameplay. We're going to go in depth with the hardware specs. We're going to try and help you decide whether or not you want to buy a PS4 or an Xbox One. What do you want to spend your hard-earned money on? Don't forget, in order to win the 1-month Xbox Live Gold subscription, you need to comment on this video or tweet us directly and tell us what's your favorite game to watch multiplayer with. Okay? We'll go ahead and pick a random winner just like we did for the Razer Goliathus, and we will go ahead and send you out this free code for Xbox Live 1 month. So we appreciate you watching the video. We appreciate you for all your support. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our content. If you enjoy what we saw, please follow us on Twitter at 2XP Gaming or follow us on Facebook. Go to our website at 2xpgaming.com if you want more in-depth information on anything that we post on YouTube. For now, this is Reclaimer with 2XP. We'll see you next time.